Introducing a brand new professional audio interface system, combining state-of-the-art audio networking technology with Focusrite's 25 years of audio excellence. RedNet.
Well, we're here with Paul from Line 6 at the NAMM show, and we're standing here looking down at the pod HD500, and he's going to tell us about all the innovations inside there that's made it sound better than previous pods. So over to you, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, pod HD500 is basically Line 6 taking advantage of a whole range, a whole new amount of processing power. As processing power has become more affordable and easier to put into units, Line 6 has decided to go back to the drawing board and start the whole modelling process from scratch to take advantage of what the process is capable of doing. The result of this is 3 new units. We've got the HD500, the 400 and the 300, which are now the most lifelike sounds that I've ever heard from a processor. And I think Line 6 were always way ahead of the competition anyway. They've just raised the bar again. And the progression from pods really is, it's leapt a lot. We've gone from pod version 1 to version 2 to XT to X3. They all got a little bit better, and we started adding a lot of extra features to them, so it was more feature driven than sound driven. With this, we've actually dropped some of the features. So for example, if you've got a pod X3, you've got 78 different amplifiers in there, and you currently have a whole range of different bass sounds and acoustic sounds, that kind of thing. Pod HD actually stripped everything back, and we went for 16 different high definition amp models. So Line 6 gathered 16 of your ultimate kind of collector amplifiers, took them back to LA, and used this brand new software to really analyze how those models would react. We then coupled that up with a range of M series effects. So if anybody's familiar with the M9 or the M13, we have the same kind of effects in there as well. So 2 years in the making, and it really is, I urge everybody to try one in the store, because it really is the most lifelike and clear sound that I've ever heard, and I can't really tell that there's a processor involved anymore. So maybe you want to go through a few of the sounds, a couple of my favorite kind of models. I just want to point out at this stage, for the 16 different HD models that are in here, we also have 16 different high-definition preamps from those amplifiers. So what you're going to be hearing now is guitar, pod HD preamp model running direct into the effects return of a Bogner Alchemist amp. So the actual preamp side of the amplifier, we've bypassed all that. The amplifier is just making things louder. The amplifier by itself, see, without a preamp involved. But let's drop into that. Let's drop in a Fender twin preamp. Actually, sorry, you may have better that back. We'll go for the Fender twin preamp. All the dynamics are there, all the things that you'd hope to get from having a Fender twin kind of preamp. Got my other favourites. We have divided by 13. Again, let's just have a listen to the power amplifier by itself. And let's put in that divided by 13. Again, you're going to hear all those louds and those softs that you would get if you were using a really high-end boutique valve amplifier. If I can play softly. All the dynamics are there. We're really able, with that new information that we're able to gather from those original amplifiers, we're actually able to get it to respond like that. I think one of the key things here is we've actually got this new processor that can do up to 10 times 10 times the processing on any of those amplifiers. So if you choose a similar model from an old version of pod, although that still sound great, when you switch to the same model in new HD, there's 10 times more data being sort of processed in there, and that's where that lifelike sound's coming from. Let's go for a couple more. Let's go for a JTM sound. Again, we're getting all that realism and that dynamics that I can hope you can pick up on this video. Let's add a couple of classic effects to that and try and get a bit of a sound going. Let's add a Chandler tube driver, and let's add a Univibe. And obviously, for a sound like this, we need a little bit of Jimi Hendrix. again, getting really close with the M series effect and you 16 different HD models. You're getting really close to getting the same feel and response and sound that you would get from those original amplifiers.
Okay, Paul, can you take us through the range of all three models and tell us what the differences are?
Yeah, absolutely. Pod HD300 has the same 16 high-definition amp models and preamps that we heard in the HD500, but we have 80 different M-series effects in here. It's designed for the player who wants to play in the house, can take it out gigging, but isn't going to have a lot of sort of switchable flexibility, but you're going to get that kind of sound for recording. Great sort of entry level into the HD market and great for somebody who's recording in the house. As we move up to the HD400, same 16 different high definition sounds and preamps, but we have now 100 different M series effects in there. We also have the addition of a bank up and down pedals, and we have an effects loop on there as well, which makes it perfect for the player who wants to go out and play in a gigging situation, have a lot of patches at their disposal and be able to run it in conjunction with their other gear. HD500 really is designed to be the tweaker's dream. This is the one that the sound on sound readers want. With this here, we've got the same 16 different HD models, but we also have dual tone, which means I can choose any two of those 16 HD models, and I can pan them left or right. So I could have a tread plate sound coming out of the left-hand side, and I could have a JTM sound coming out of the right-hand side. I can then have multiples of the same effect. I can have different effects running into different amplifiers. The routing flexibility on the HD500 is streets ahead of these, but it's different products for different type of players, but the HD500 really is the all-singing, all-dancing version.
Well, thanks very much, Paul.
Thank you.